Good afternoon and welcome to Riga, Latvia. We are going to bring you coverage of the Titlis Glacier Mountain World Women's Curling Championships from the Volvo Sports Centre. This afternoon's game will be Japan, against Russia. Denmark, the host, being honoured in this draw. As we take a look at some of the crowds in this afternoon. Play going to start in around 2 minutes' time. So I am Kenny Edwards and I'm joined by Sander Rolfag. How do you expect this one to go, Sander?
We can talk about that after the lineup from Japan. It's Chiaki Matsumura playing lead. Second is Emi Shimizu. Third player for Japan is Miyo Ishikawa. And the team is skipped by Satsuki Fujisawa. We could do the Russian lineup as well. Ekaterina Galkina as lead. At second, Margarita Fomina. Third player for Russia, Ludmila Privikova, also called Lucy. And at skip, Anna Sidorova. These are the standings after draw 12. Scotland and Sweden at the top with 7 wins, so Russia needs to pick up one here if they want to maybe get into the 1-2 page. At the bottom you'll see host nation Latvia at 8 losses, and you'd think that Germany and the other teams, Italy, China, Denmark, will also be out of the playoff chances. These are the other games in the arena today. China is playing the United States, Denmark's playing Italy, and Switzerland is playing Germany.
Yeah, so there we take a look at the stones. Japan will be playing red, Russia yellow. And Russia do have last stone advantage. Anna Sidorova throwing fully 4-foot with her draw the shot in the practice before we got underway. So Sander, do you expect there to be a lot of stones in play in this game, or do you expect them to be quite a nervous start for Japan over Russia?
Well, it looks like Ekaterina Galkina here has asked to play the nose hit, which has happened on plenty of occasions this week, just running a few stones down on the first end. But if we're going to see any stones in play, I think it's Japan that needs to be a bit aggressive. I think you might see Russia just play this one a bit more defensively. Just going to trust that they will make more shots than Japan. This is Chiaki Matsumura. Didn't have the greatest of games earlier today. Looking to improve. She will improve here with a couple of decent shots. Rolls to the wing. So rules of play: you have to play 6 ends minimum in the round robin. You have 73 minutes of playing time per team, and you can call 1 coach interaction. Now actually Russia is looking to put up the corner guard here, with that red stone now being pretty wide. So no big risk in throwing the corner guard now, with no opposition stone in the forfeit, but this one's just barely gonna cross the hog line. Not quite the perfect spot for it. Not quite sure why they're throwing the out turn here though. with that corner guard being so tight to the house. But Emi Shimizu will play it.
This one needs to do a lot of curling if it's going to get past the yellow.
We'll go past the yellow. But we'll also cross the centre line and be slightly deep. Thought it was a bit strange to play the out turn there, to be honest.
Yeah, certainly was. So, Margarita Fominat.
Yeah, playing the hit now. Don't want to leave too many Japan stones in the house.
Does make the hit. And you see that long guard. It's the only real chance that Russia have of maybe carving out a 2 in this end.
So if you know that you're throwing more shots than your opponent, will you be looking to play aggressive or defensive?
I think you'd go aggressive, Sander.
Well, we might just see Russia put some stones in play then. Maybe not the most aggressive team we've seen, but if they feel confident in making more shots than the Japanese team, they might just throw a couple of stones in play. I think the important thing for them though is to keep the centre line open when they have hammer. We've seen Japan being very good at luring their opponent into the 4-foot play. So it really waited for the Japanese shot stone to be out of the 4-foot before they threw the corner guard. There still is a corner guard in play, so Miyu Ishikawa here wants to stick around, not allow a free draw for Russia in behind the corner. They'll roll out, so that's a bit of a mistake. So Russia will be able to draw around the corner. Certainly not the best guard though. Just barely over the hog line. But will make things a bit more difficult for Japan. Might just force an error. So this is Ludmila Previkova. Used to skip the Russian team some years ago, but now playing third for Anna Sidorova. We'll make a draw here. It comes a bit deep though.
Yeah, I think that's going to stick out the other side as well. And Ishikawa was able to see it just an edge.
Well, could very well force an error from Japan here.
Need to hang around. This one played at a nice delicate weight, and that one comes down onto the nose. Russia might be. I think that's what they're going to call. So Ludmila Previkova
skipped her team to gold medal at the World Juniors in 2006, and later that year also won the European Championship. They're also the reigning world European champions from just this December in Karlstad, Sweden.
Oh, perfect freeze. They do sit shot. So this is going to be really difficult for Japan to move now and prevent Russia from picking up 2. So would you be tempted just to throw the high hard one at this, Sander, and just blast it out of there and go for the blank?
Well, which high hard one do you mean?
Just round outside.
I'm not sure if you can see too much of it though, Kenny. Could probably pick it out with control 8. Satsuki Fujisawa though going for the draw.
Another option would be just to peel the guard. Can't really afford to bounce off this though.
I certainly think this might be the call with your last one.
Yeah, so you've got to think. Russia can split the house here. That was pretty much a wasted stone.
I think you should have maybe gone for the pick there and rather play the freeze on your second. If Russia were able to play the same freeze again. A nice chance for Anna Sidrova to split the house here. Only 22 years old and so experienced already.
Yeah, we'll need to be in the 8 foot though, Sander. Can't really afford to leave this sitting 4th or 5th shot. Places it nicely though. But looking at that, the red on the tee line, the opposite side, looks to be second shot. Is there a chance to come around and play the takeout maybe? But no, they're going to go for the corner freeze. Need to be really careful not to move that red on the tee line.
Which stone are they freezing here, Kenny?
I think they're corner freezing the yellow.
I think if you do corner freeze the yellow, just going to be overlapping it slightly. You might just be setting up a shot for 3.
Yep.
So if you make it perfect, it might just not be as good as you think here. We'll see where this ends up.
How's the weight on this one? Needs to be hanging around.
I'm going to tick off that one, and
that's going to leave a double, possibly 4-3. If they can see the inside edge, I'm not sure they can though.
Question is if you could play a hit and roll off the red one and just push your yellow one onto that red on the wing. They might just be concerned about squeezing it out the side door though. Well, it might just be worth the try. I think he scored 2 anyway.
Yeah, exactly, Sander, yep.
Not sure how much you can see from the inside. Well, should be plenty here, so just over curl the nose, roll and try and tap that yellow to the right of our screen onto the red. For sure score 2, maybe 3.
Yeah, it's quite thin I think though, Sander. Probably need to catch around quarter stone. But great start if you can pick up 2. That's all you've got to make sure. Played a lot of weight at this one. Are they close?
I think this might be good.
Have they done enough?
Well, looks like 3.
Она сказала, да. Она сказала. Все 3, да? Да.
A bit of confusion.
Ну как бы ты уже двинула. 3 yellow.
Okay, it is 3 yellow.
Good shot that by Sidrova. We did talk about Fujisava maybe leaving that shot for 3. Oh, great start for them.
Yeah, nice stone. Played it perfectly. Russia 3-0 to the good. Expect to see Russia bring the play into the house. Katerina Galkina throwing this one right on top of the button.
So again, that not really seeing the best corner guards. We talked about this in the game earlier today, that Leeds aren't really throwing the corner guards in the right spot. Right on the Ford logo there, just way too far from the house. I think a lot of people would probably agree that the corner guard is one of the simpler shots in curling. You do have a bit of margin, but you certainly can't leave it that high.
No, generally you've got about 6 to 8 feet to play with.
You got your sweepers as well. I mean, you're barely over the hog line with that throw. Now Galkina just gonna overcurl the. Not quite gonna find the right spot for the guard. It's gonna show a bit of the shot stunt on the wrong side, the corner guard side, allowing Japan to play the freeze. Looking a bit pacey though.
Yeah, both these teams actually are full-time curlers. So, well, pretty much full-time curlers. So you expect them not to be too far away. Throwing a lot of stones, spend a lot of time in the gym, so. Be a little bit disappointed the way that the Japanese have started this game.
Didn't have a great game against Sweden earlier today either. Just not making enough shots, and they're way down on the stats as well. Fomina here makes a nice shot as Galkina goes for a tumble. Moves the corner guard a wee bit, I think. See her here again. Certainly if the corner guard was in the right spot, I don't think that would happen.
So this one needs to do a lot of curling. But this one looking pretty good now. sits in a good spot. So while we're waiting to see what happens, we're going to take a look over on sheet A. USA taking on China.
Certainly some stones in play here. It looks like Erica Brown is lying 1 at the moment. And looking to put 1 more in there and score 2, I think. Not very happy with the line here. Needs a good piece of the forfeit. That sweeper's backing off and it's going to go past the forfeit. So only a score of 1 for USA. 1-0 after 1 end over China. So back to our game. It's Margareta Fomina again. Looking for the turn freeze. I did mention how Russia shouldn't be sucked into the forfeit play with hammer. I think maybe Japan should think about maybe keeping the centre line open a wee bit as well. Good stone placement there. And Fujisawa has called the run back from Shimizu. Looking pretty close. Just a hair high. There we go, that's a very nice shot.
Yeah, change the angles.
Move the yellow one as well. And if they ever have to run the guard again, it's going to be red. This is Thomas Lips, coached the Swiss team of Mary Mott to a World Championship gold. Now he's the coach for this Russian team and did quite well on his first attempt, winning the Europeans. Do you think he's a good addition to the team?
I certainly think he's helping on the tactical side of the game. And if they've picked it up clean, that's a great shot, but doesn't remove it. Nearly got lucky. Japan still with a good chance if they can maybe come around. I think they need to tap the one that's in behind the guard though, Sander. I don't think they need to worry about the one that's back of the button.
They are freezing top one. Just going to bounce off slightly. This would be Thomas Lips' counterpart, Hatomi Nagaoka.
Sidrova not sure quite what to do. And I don't know if the freeze is the call. Would you be tempted to slash the guard maybe? Try and pick the one in the back 12 as well?
Yeah, I think slashing the centre guard and catching the one at the back of the 12. Yeah. Certainly could be an option, but looks like Sidorova feels confident in outplaying Japan in the forfeit area here. But that's not a very good shot by Privakova.
No, isn't at all. And that red looking in a great position. Japan could stick another one just in the pocket.
か直接置くかロールしておくか黄色が前にあるんだね黄色が前これはね
So I think you just need to. I don't think you need to move that yellow at all, Sander. I think the shot would be just to come down and corner freeze your own red. But they're electing to play the hit. So Ishikawa for Japan.
Yeah, it's certainly easier to place your stone playing the freeze as well. Got to be pretty precise here to get a good result. And well,
it's a reasonable result. Maybe rolls a fraction too far. If maybe Russia come down and just corner freeze that now. It'd be really difficult to remove from the 1 foot.
Пробить клиром, сделать просто два ближе. С большим роллом. Что она будет делать? Ролл может сыграть. Ну, сыграть, он будет делать
So I think that's what they're looking at doing.
С большим или даже клиром нам будет лучше. Пока два ближе.
Maybe even thinking about playing the up weight takeout. I prefer
Но он
just coming down and corner freezing that, Sander. You're not in a great position if you don't catch this right. If he knows it, you might leave an easy double to sit. 3, possibly 4, should you not get anything right. Joanna Sidrova trying to hit and run. Have they done enough?
I think so. It's the airline second shot here as well. Not too bad. Looked like Fomin had a problem with corner guard, just like Galkina. Almost fumbling yet again. Here are the Russians.
How's this one looking? Looking for maybe just a hit and roll over to the centre line. This one just over curling, runs out of play. Yeah, we see the swooping action. Not quite doing enough to hold it straight.
А если слабым будет делать? Нет, почему там? Чтобы я оставался.
Это еще надо умереть, она так что я вообще ни разу не кидала. Сюда лучше опасить?
Давай сюда, только не фриз, а повыше.
So I think
Ну, затяну повыше, чтобы он ближе к центру был.
corner freeze in the back one. Wouldn't be a bad call. Certainly stops you any chance of giving up 3.
Здесь мы можем по двойной подставить. Да, наш ближе. Сделать 2, по идее, она может как, уже фрамбэк делать?
Если, не дай бог, не дойдет, то двойной может быть. Поэтому надо зайти лайн, да? Ну, типа, да. А с этой стороны вы не хотите? Может, не рассказывать?
Я не очень хочу... Нет, с этой я точно ничего не хочу делать. Я просто думаю, если... Ну, первая мысль, да, была сюда вести. Просто если он чуть-чуть хотя бы отъезжает или торчит, это двойной, да, и как бы...
So I think that's what they're going for. They're going to go corner freeze this back one.
Решили нормально.
Не-не-не-не. Не надо.
This one looking a bit hot at the moment. But we'll tap up the red one, gets a good line.
Yes, it's pretty difficult though to get 2 out of this for Japan.
I think the only real way to get 2 here is to run the guard back, but it's a super difficult shot. Not sure if you can really give up a steal at this point. We're 3 down already. Well, she has called it. Fujisawa. Probably shouldn't be playing too much weight at this one. Last stone of the second end. Big shot called by Fujisawa. Playing the run for 2. Is she close here? Well, it's good enough for 1, so not a bad effort there from Fujisawa. Japan scores 1. And the scoreline is 3 shots to 1 for Russia after 2 ends.
You are watching live coverage from the Titlis Glacier Mountain World Women's Curling Championships, coming to you live from the Volvo Sports Centre, Riga, Latvia. Our feature game between Russia and Japan. Russia leading 3-1 in the third end. I am Kenny Edwards and I'm joined by Sander Rolvag. So, Sander, Russia got last stone advantage back. Will they go aggressive and try and score 2 or 3 in this end, or would you expect them to try and keep it clean?
I think they might just go for their 2 if they can, but certainly they're going to try and keep the centre line open. Just make sure they at least can score. I think they'll play a hit if they can, but not going to go all defensive already here in the third. So that first centre guard from Japan just a bit off the line. Russia tries to come around it, really wanted that one at the top of the 8-foot. A bit of a mistake from Galkina. Matsumura still having some problems placing the stones in the right spot this time with a freeze attempt. Just want to glue this one onto the yellow. Down to the skip and sweepers here to communicate well and bring it down there. Looks like Matsumura threw that well. Just should have swept it a little more. Finds an okay spot. Well set shot there in the 4-foot as we nip over to sheet B. It's Denmark playing Italy, and it looks like Lena Nelson might be facing a bundle of Italian stones. And I think she might be playing the hit here. And what do they have? Hit and roll. Oh, they're going to roll out, and that's going to be 4, I think, for Italy. Sometimes you got to wonder why they're not playing a draw.
Yeah, things aren't really going for Lena Nielsen this week.
We've seen
She's
that.
certainly left her A game at home.
Well, it started off the week on a good note. They were 10-0 up on China after 5 ends. Just haven't been able to reproduce any of those good shots they made in that first draw. So we're getting some stones around the 4-foot yet again here. And that one just bouncing off all too much from Shimizu. I think Russia would be looking to wiggle a few stones around. Maybe just inside of nose here. No, just going to call the peel on the center. Not too bad either, actually. Certainly a simpler shot, and it's a good way to keep things open.
Yeah, I quite like the peel on the guard, Sander. You're 3-1 up. Don't need to overcomplicate things. Shimizu trying to cover all the stones in the 4-foot. Doing quite a good job though. So over on sheet A, it's USA leading China 1-0. And China having to draw against what looks like 3 stones. Jung Wang for China really struggled this week, only on 2 wins. Have they done enough? This one just pulling up on the 4-foot, so it will be a single point for China. And they're tied at 1 each.
Well, back in our future game, we saw Russia just playing a hit, lost her back one. Still a couple of stones on the 4-foot here. Japan looking to guard it up. This one may be a bit too long from Ichikawa.
Yeah, looking at that one, it looks as if you could probably play the controlled take it round about it. Might be a chance to get at that top one, top of the forefoot, and I think that's what they're going for.
Да. 4. Внимание!
Внимание, дай! Да-да-да!
So, trying to get past high guard, don't manage it.
Yeah, it's not the first time Privakova's intern has overcurled in this game. That was an option though. Did move the guard far enough. This time Ichikawa maybe overcompensating a little bit. Sweeper's not really touching it, that's for sure. It does look to be coming down here.
Yeah, this one looking pretty close to the house. Makes it a little easier to run it back. I think I'd be tempted to run this one right into the yellow on the right as we look at that. I think that's what they're looking at.
Even if you clip the top red as well, it's not awful.
Got to get the shooter away though. I think you've got to play a big handle on this one.
Does have some handle here in Privikova.
This one really going hard now.
Certainly going to keep hit it high. And that's a good shot by Privikova, I think. We used to guard up, but at least it's yellow now. There's only one red stone in the forefoot now. Well, Russia has 2 in the house. So we're going to be a bit careful now, Japan. Remember, it's Russia with last stone. You don't want to give up another 3 here in the third and be trailing by 5.
Yeah, I think the shot with this one would probably be to come the outturn down the centre. But I like him to come the in-turn. This is Fujisawa for Japan. They need to get it past this guard. And they do catch it though. Get second prize. Cover the yellow in the forefoot.
So we're going to hop over to sheet C. It's Switzerland playing Germany. Andrea Schupp with a draw here. I think maybe tapping the back zone back to score 2. So really working this one for weight.
All 3 sweepers in, working this one. It's a draw for 2. And that's not going to be far enough, Sander. So it will be a single point for Germany. They lead 1-0 after 3 ends. So is there a gap between the
Девочки, время.
red and yellow? I think there is.
That's pretty snug if so, Kenny.
Yeah, I think it's probably worth having a go at hack weight. So if you catch the red, you'd roll down in to the 8 foot maybe.
I think they've called just a hit and roll off the red guard here. Just to open up the left hand side, or the right hand side as we see it. Well, left hand side as we see it now. And just roll it in. And even if Japan would guard, they have that center guard to run back as well. Quite a unique slide on Anna Sidorova. Kind of tucking over. The roll, but has now maybe staggered the center guards. That's not maybe the best result.
Stagger on them looks as if it's lining right up onto that yellow though in the 4 foot.
So I think you'll have to see Japan throw a stone into the top of the 8 here. Try and choke off that raise. Maybe just half buried, really. Can't show too much either. And then just leave a slash double for Sidorova. This really just has to be in the perfect spot. Could be a double in so many ways. That's a really nice line here. Actually going to go all the way to the inside. I think that's maybe the best spot.
Well, Sander, I don't think that's a great spot at all. You catch that anywhere on the high side, you should be getting at least 2. Catch it half stone, lose your shooter.
Not quite sure if that second yellow will redirect directly onto the red stone, Kenny.
Yeah, just a half stone double for 2 it would be.
Ah. Okay. Yeah, I see what you're saying there, Kenny.
You've actually got to catch this quite thin, probably thinner as you'd think.
Yeah, really almost need to get action on the top red first and then spin back onto the second.
Yeah, definitely.
So really thin here. Didn't see that at the first glance there. Sorry, Kenny.
Yeah, I think you've got to catch this anything between quarter and half. Half might just not be enough.
Sidorova is pretty good at these big shots. Chance to score a couple here.
Not the most elegant release there.
I think she's on it. What can she get here? It's just not enough action on it.
Well, got too much of it. And only got the single.
I think that maybe needed to be a bit harder as well.
Fourth end here at the Volvo Sports Centre, Riga, Latvia. Japan taking on Russia. Russia leading 4-1. And looking pretty good at the moment. Japan going with the corner guard, Katarina Galkina. You see 85% for the tournament. That's good shooting for a lead. Katarina, part-time model in her spare time, but spends a lot of time in the gym and in the ice hall practicing shots like that. The draw to the forefoot. That's two perfect ones from the lead.
Matsumura now probably just looking to tap the L's, try and sit on top. Just hanging wide so far. Calming down here now. And that's a very nice shot by Matsumura.
Yeah, it's great positioning.
On sheet B, we have Denmark playing Italy. Just saw Denmark give up a big steal of 4 this time. Looks like Lena Nelson is drawing for 2. Lying one already. As Simonsen and Pilsen just cleaning this one down to the forfeit. And it's 4 shots to 2 for Italy after 3 ends. Back on our sheet, we just saw Team Russia peel the corner guard. And Shimizu coming down with the out-turn draw, looking to freeze the shots though, I think. Is it maybe a bit early to come into the rings?
I don't think so, no. It's
oh, wow.
it's not early if you're going to play like that, Sander.
Just think you might allow Russia to play the blast a few too many times to clear up the situation, but certainly that was a great shot. Somehow it managed to get to the inside of it. I think he just blast this top bit. %83% on average this week, foaming up. That's pretty solid numbers.
Yeah, throws these peels really well. Nice big handle. Gets great action on the stone. We'll just see a centre guard on this one now.
It looked like they were calling a freeze here, Kenny. And again, this one just has to be perfect for Privikova not to just to blast it out. It's looking a bit short though, so might just get that guard anyway. Wanted to curl a bit more. As we take a look at sheet A, it's pretty even between USA and China, one each after two. Now Erica Brown with the outturn draw. Looks like China is lying one at the moment. And they're not gonna get it past the guard. Will it continue into the forfeit though? Not quite. And it's a steal of one for China. 2-1 in favour of them after 3 ends. Well, looky here. Nice run back by Privikova. Doesn't get the second one going. I do think Russia is lying short stone at the top of the 12.
Yeah, so what do you do if you're Japan? Do you go after the shot stone, or do you try and draw something around like what they're thinking about?
Yeah, certainly if you're playing in those on the top there, for one you might not be lying second shot. You're just going to allow Russia to play a slash double, I think. Should either play a come around or... I think they have called a come around.
So, it should come up. 74%. Sweeper's working this one hard. Line looks pretty good, but just isn't going to curl enough. And it will be wide open. Ludmina Privikova, 82%. Would like to be in around 85. What we usually expect to see from her. It's a little lower than we've seen in the past, but that's a great takeout. Russia pretty much dictating the play and controlling this end. Ishikawa will again try the come around. The line's a lot better this time, and they do sneak it past. Nice shot. Japan looking in great shape. See all three of them in there, working with the brooms just to prolong its travel and get it further into the house. That's what Anna Savrova is faced with. Looking to drive the yellow back on to the other red. 84%. Winning 5 of their 7 games so far. Runs it back on the nose. Perfect. Great shot. Couldn't have placed it any better. So, looking at that, looks as if they're maybe just going to try and run this one back. So, Satsuki Fujisawa for Japan makes the double and sticks in the wing as well. I think we'll just see Russia come down and maybe corner freeze this red that's in behind that shooting rock. So it does move things around, open things up, makes it relatively easy to score one, but that's not what Japan need. They need to score one, more than one with last stone.
Anna Sedrova. They're lying short at the moment, so don't have to completely freeze it here. Just want to lie for shot along the tee line somewhere. Just working this one a wee bit and finds the perfect spot here. Sedrova lying to, and Fujisawa is pretty much forced to play a draw against two here. Not really what you want to do when you're 3 down. Last on. Well, the 4th end here, facing 2 yellows. Needs to put this one in the 8 foot. Looks to be fairly close with this one. And it will settle down right there on the 1 foot. And it's a score of 1 for Japan. But Russia will have a 2-point lead with hammer as we hop over into the 5th end.
2でいいよ。ちょっとセンターずれちゃうわ。
中っぽい。
あー、リリースちょっと甘いかな。
So into the fifth end. Russia leading 4-2. This is Katerina Galkina. Throwing the open side.
Аккуратно. О, здесь что-то идет. О! Нет, вообще нет, нет, нет. Нет, нет, очень закрученный, нет, нет. Нет, правда, нет, 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 нет. Да чуть-чуть.
Мне холодно, холодно.
Japan now needing to try and steal the point. They don't have last stone advantage.
So as this stone will settle down just short of the rings, we will hop over to sheet B. Denmark is playing Italy. There's a couple of red ones in play there. Diana Gaspari facing a couple. Not quite sure what she can do with that turn draw here. Sweepers backing off it so far. Olveri and Alvera. Looked really hard to get one there. I think has cut them down. But Denmark steals one. And it's 4-3 for Italy after 4 ends. Oh, some nice separation on the centre guards from Matsumura. And a couple of nice draws by Galkina. Now we're down to second stones. It's Shimizu for Japan. The out-turn draw. Comes a wee bit deep, but finds a really nice spot. Good draw there by Shimizu.
Yeah, that's quite a good position there. I think Russia are doing the right thing though. They are deciding to take the guards off. They don't want to get themselves in any trouble.
Just gonna feather their own Yellowstone at the back. We'll keep it around though. Very close to the double peel, just couldn't quite make it. Oh, coming around on the guard nicely here to the top of the floor. Two super draws by Shimizu. And on sheet A there's just was like a snake of stones in the house here. And it's Erica Brown with her last of the fourth end. not touching this one. Comes to the inside. And will score 2, and that's a nice shot by Skip Brown. After 4 ends, they lead the game 3 shots to 2. Important game for them. Good chance of making it to the playoffs, USA. So Russia takes off the guard again. But Japan lying 2 now. Two excellent draws by Shimizu, and now Ishikawa just really needs to put the center guard in the right spot. Probably a couple of times.
Yeah, I need to really position these perfectly if they're going to keep up the pressure here in the 5th end.
So not quite there from Ichikawa. Finds a center line, but now a chance for Russia to remove those reds. Certainly going to be their best chance of clearing up the mess. I just want to catch this one a wee bit high of nose. Privikova has overcurled a couple of interns. Playing massive weight here. They are sweeping it for line. She's going to overcurl. That's not a good shot. Doesn't remove a single red, and I really think they need to do something about Privikova's intern. Maybe just give her more ice. That's at least the 3rd time I've seen that so far in the game.
Yeah, definitely. If Miyu Ishikawa could just put something maybe top of the 12 foot, they'll look in great shape.
Yeah, I'm glad they're not playing the hit here. Just hanging wide. Needs to curl. Just going to sit corner frozen onto that red. And might very well be a chance for Privikova to remove a couple of reds. So I couldn't quite get the right spot there as we hop over to sheet C. It's Andrea Schupp with her last stone. Looks like an open hit for 2. He's going to roll, and roll a bit too far, I think. Only 1 for Andrea Schupp. That's a bit of a mistake. Certainly an easy deuce, but it's only going to be that 1. 2 shots to 1 lead for Germany after 5 ends.
Well, Japan still looking in great shape. They have 2 in the 4 foot. Russia not managing to remove 2 of them at least. Fujisawa just be looking for this top of the 12. Sweeper's going at this one really hard. Must think it's short for weight.
Just a bit further out there. Well, maybe not. Really curling now. Well, that's just not anywhere close to where they wanted that one. Could even have been top 4 there.
Yeah, I mean, that's a big missed opportunity. If they could play a double, maybe.
Стараться на него, на этот камень ролл сделать.
So Anna Sidorova with a chance to get her team out of a lot of trouble. Can she play the double on the Reds?
I think she just called a hit and roll, Kenny.
Well, they will need to go really hard. This one's curling all the way. Has it rolled too far? It might have. It's pretty tight.
Even though if it's shot or not, it has left the pocket to draw down to for Fujisawa. Really gotta make this one here. If you're ever just top 12, Sidorova might just have that slash run to score 3. So gotta make sure to come into the forfeit here, maybe even just right on the 1 foot. Did just play the shot, came up a bit short. Looking a bit wider now, maybe, and heavier. Really needs to come down.
Yeah, really needs to pull up pretty sharpish. I think we know it's the yellow now. And that would leave a tap back for another 3. So, big mistake. So can Anna Sidorova capitalise on that mistake?
Well, just looking at the ice, I think they might just be playing the straight draw. Certainly if they do get the line, you can just try and sweep it onto the red and tap it back. But maybe just playing it safe, straight draw. We'll see. It does curl big in that spot, so might just be the ice needed for the tap as well. So Anna Sidorova with her last stone of the 5th end. Lying one. Full forfeit is good enough for 2. If she could ever tap the Japanese second shot 2 feet back, it could be 3. And I think they are playing the tap. Oh, just past the top red, taps it back. Wow, what a shot by Sidorova. And scores 3. Really swung in that spot. Almost over curled, even though with over 4 feet of ice. So 7 shots to 2 lead for Russia. They're going to be well happy going into the halftime break. Thomas Lips won't really need to give them too much advice. In a few moments we'll have a couple of highlights from the first 5 ends, and we'll of course we'll be back with the rest of the game after the teams have had their 5-minute break. First end, Anna Sidorova with a nose hit for 2, but if she ever can get the inside here and maybe punch her second yellow over, might be 3. Gets the inside, does tap it up, and it will be a score of 3 for Russia. Great start to the game for them. Second end, Fujisawa, line second shot, calls the big one, run back to potentially score 2. Looking very close. Just going to catch a bit too high, but it will be enough for 1. Trailing by 2. In the third. Fujisawa comes a bit deep with a draw. Leaves this possibility for 2. Anna Sidrova needs to catch her own as thin and hard as possible, but doesn't get enough action for 2. Scores 1. And it's a 4-shot-to-1 lead after 4. 7 shots to 2 after 5. These are the other games out there in the arena today. United States have a 1-point lead on China. Italy a 2-point lead on Denmark. And it's a low-scoring game between Germany and Switzerland. Germany 1 point ahead. Anna Sedrova just watching the highlights on the Jumbotron here in the Volvo Sports Centre. We take a look at some of the percentages so far. And if you look at the numbers, Kenny, they're quite even at 87% each. Can't really believe that, to be honest.
Yeah, a little surprised.
Certainly Japan has been close with every shot, but just not quite finding the right spot. So certainly they'll get credit for good effort, but if you look back, just although the shots were close, just not good enough. Russia has certainly been one of the outside favourites for a medal here, gold medal, reigning European champion. And they are looking pretty solid for a playoff spot with a win over Japan here this afternoon. So, do you think Russia will switch on the defensive gear now in the 6th end with a 5-shot lead?
Absolutely, Sander. I think they'll start to just play skittles. They'll just hit everything in sight.
Nice start by Galkina, putting that stone at the top of the 4. Katarina Galkina just going to run this one through. Don't want to put too many stones in play. Might just be more to play around with for Japan. Matsumura looking for another corner guard. That first one found the right spot. This second will pull up a bit short. So it certainly is a double on, but Sidro is just going to play this one safe and take off the best one. Foaming at 93% halfway through the game. Pretty solid numbers. And we'll continue with some good play here. %95 for Emi Shimizu. Certainly with these high numbers, it's hard to figure out that they're 5 shots down at this point. Again, just I think the Japanese are very close to making all their shots, but just not in the perfect spot, as Team Russia also playing very well, really just executing their shots. Now Japan electing to come around the corner guard.
So this one just looking for in behind the corner guard. Doesn't quite get buried, so will Anasadrova elect to maybe just pick it clean. But we're going to take a look at sheet C. Switzerland, Germany. Tirinzoni for Switzerland with a chance to take the lead for the first time in the game. Needs to draw fully 12 foot for 2. And that is done. So that score 3-2 after 6 ends. And this is a better looking shot. It really does get in behind the guard, and this time Anasadrova won't have any hesitation. She'll just look to peel this off. Ludmina Privivkova, 70%.
Well, she has missed a couple of big shots, Kenny. Over curling on a couple of rim turns this time again. Maybe a bit tight on line with the in turn. Nah, that's plenty.
ってもいいよ。
So they're looking to maybe corner freeze, or face freeze at this yellow. Mio Ishikawa, 95%. I think people on the bench might be a little bit forgiving with the numbers on that one.
Well, I know that they're looking at the sheet from an angle, so maybe just some of the shots looks really nice, and then, you know, might just not have the perfect angle on them. I think we all can agree that that was not a 100% shot from Ishikawa. So far I think the stats have been pretty reasonable, but not too sure about this one. 89% for Sidorova though, that seems fair. She's made a couple of great shots, especially in the first end and the fifth to score 3. 2 absolutely peaches. And that's not a bad shot either. Rolls to the wing. to 6% for Fujisawa. That certainly sounds realistic. Been a bit dodgy with her shots so far in the game. Looking for the freeze this time. Looks to be over curling, so maybe not. That's a good line actually, just bumps it a bit too far. But it's going to be really hard for Sidorova to just pick this one out without taking off her own yellow. She certainly doesn't want to do that. Just that would leave an open hit for 2 for Fujisawa. So that's called a corner freeze.
Надо его оттолкнуть чуть-чуть. Оттолкнуть хоть? Да, чуть-чуть.
75, да, прошлый.
Еще поменьше хочется.
О, вообще нет. Внимание.
Внимание!
Нет, совсем нет.
Нет, нет!
Нет.
Just looking to maybe push the red out.
There we go. That's a really nice shot by Sidorova. And I certainly can't see any chance of scoring 2 for Fujisawa here. So she's just going to play the nose hit on that stone just played by Sidorova and score 1. Certainly needs to score here. You're 5 down. It's pretty much over if you give up a steal. Last stone of the sixth end here. Facing 3. Certainly going to make contact here, but want to catch the inside of anything here. But will catch the outside, and I think that would be a steal of 1 for Team Russia. Certainly looks that way, and Ichikawa will point at the yellow, and it's a 8-shots-2 game now for the Russians after 6 ends. Looking pretty difficult now for the Japanese.
So into the 7th end of the Titlis Glacier Mountain Women's World Curling Championships. This is Russia taking on Japan. Russia with an 8-shots-2 advantage. And it's going to be an uphill struggle if this one is going to go much further. So Russia not really worrying about not peeling that back yellow out. I think they were just trying to remove things from play, keep it nice and clean and tidy. Can't take their foot off the gas though. Don't want to make any silly mistakes.
And it looks like Matsumura has found a nice spot for both corner guards this time. Omana with the peel. Hasn't been a problem so far in the game. And again, makes that one easy. It's a simple shot, but it's certainly effective. Well, replaced corner guard nicely. Maybe a bit tight to the centre line, but don't think it really matters. Fomina is gonna peel it anyway. So a bit wider this time, maybe just compensating for being a wee bit tight on our first one. But we'll make contact again. Two nice peels by Fomina. So they are going to throw another corner.
So at some point, Japan will need to make a play around one of their corner guards. And Russia again, just keeping it nice and simple, doing the basics well. This will be doing their stats the world of good. This one just coming behind the corner guard. So as this one comes to rest, we'll take a look at Sheet A, USA, China. Bingjing Wang trying to level the score over on Sheet A. Sweeper's going really hard on this one. Have they done enough? They're working really hard. And that one's not going to be heavy enough, and it will be a steal of one. USA now lead 4-2 after 6.
So freezing the back one here now. Ichikawa. One of the youngest teams here this week, along with the Scottish team of Eve Muirhead. They're the two youngest squads. So plenty to learn, and we might see them for the future. Certainly have plenty of attention back home. I heard they could have up to 50 journalists and 10 TV crews just filming their ice sessions, their practice. So pretty wild back in Japan.
Yeah, it's a growing sport over there in Asia. Looking at this, it looks like Anna Sidorova will have a fly at the double. First things first though, you've got to make sure you hit something.
So double call by Sidorova. Bit of a soft release there. And will curl too much. Just didn't really pop that one as much as she might do sometimes.
Yeah, just maybe taking her foot off the gas.
マジか。マジだね。
So Fujisawa thinks that she is lying shot zone here, and with that they're just going to draw the wing and lie to. Just splitting the rings here, really. Looks to find the weight. Well, slips a bit too deep, maybe. I think it might be enough to light 2 for Japan.
Yeah, I think it'll just be a straightforward hit though.
Stay either of.
If you ever just play the hit here and roll all the way over to the center line and set up that jam along with your yellow stone at the center line right now. Could be difficult for Fujisawa to score 2. Thomas Lips just enjoying a snack or 2 up on the coach's bench. Don't think he's going to be too concerned. Big edge for Russia here, 6-point lead. Even if they give up 2, they'll be 4 up with hammer. And they'll cast the wrong side of that stone. I wonder if Japan's lying here.
Yeah, maybe looks like it'll be a draw for 2. It's fairly tight. All 3 of them is fairly tight, isn't it?
Yeah. Certainly are. You don't really want to play the draw here and then measure, finding out you're only getting 1. So I guess they think that the yellow one here at the back is shot stone, and they have elected to play the hit on this one. So can't really roll too far either way. Pretty much has to be a nose hit from Fujisawa to score 2. Last on of the 7th end. Trailing by 6. Really need their deuce now. Oh, will it be too high? I think so. Rolls out. And surely just 1 for Japan. If so,
Expect to see the handshake?
well, they might just have to measure first there. They have called the measure. Might as well.
So we are just waiting on the umpire coming with the measure. So let's see who is shot here in the 7th end.
So, Swedish umpire Mats Olofsson doing the measure here. And what was the call here? One for Japan. So 8 shots to 3 after 7.
Yeah, it's still going to be fairly difficult for Japan to get back into this game.
So, again, we're back in action here at the Titlis Glacier Mountain World Women's Curling Championship 2013. It's the 8th end, and it's lead player Matsumura for Japan starting us off. Russia has quite the solid lead, 5 shots. And Hammer with 3 ends to go. Now Anna Sidorova calling the tech shot from her lead player, Katarina Galkina. It's a shot. We've seen many lead players practice a lot in recent years. You should be fairly close, especially on these great ice conditions. And will move the red. Fujisawa just sweeping this one. Should probably have had some help from her third there, because it won't go all the way out. That's a very good shot by Galkina.
Yeah, it was pushing it out of play.
And has rolled to a nice corner guard spot as well. Just really making sure that they can score on this end. Certainly if Russia scores here, it's over.
So I think we'll just... I'm surprised at this. I thought they might have just peeled their own here, Sander.
Could very well have, as we take a look at the numbers. Matsumura actually has had a good game, 94%. She's improved, not playing as solid all week. Had a kind of a poor game earlier today, so she has certainly stepped up for this one. Looking for the tick shot again though. This time not making contact with the centre guard. Galkina just looked a bit soft maybe for weight. It has left a couple of guards up here, and I think I might agree with you, Kenny. Could have been nice to peel off the corner just to make sure you have both the out and the in available. Another centre guard from Japan as we head over to Sheet B, where Italy's playing Denmark. And I wonder if Lennon Nelson might just have a chance to score 2 here with a controlled nose hit to tie things up against Diana Gaspari.
Whoa! Whoa!
Yeah, it would be a great turnaround from losing a 4 in the first end.
And there we go, sets for 2, and it will be 5 each after 7. Really coming back in the game. And what happened here? So peeled off the centre guard and even moved her own corner. That's a good shot by Fomina. Shimizu now with the intern draw. Intern guard, sorry. We'll probably be looking to do this a couple of times before coming around the centre.
Yeah, definitely.
So quite solid numbers for both seconds here. Shimizu doing very well on draws, and I think she's been close with every shot. Just again, Russia has been better at their stone placement in this game. That's why we have the big score line. So we'll catch the closest guard actually. Not sure if that was called for. Certainly the better option. Now, Miyu Ichikawa will just be looking to replace that guard. Try and hide this one as well as possible. Because certainly if this one peeks into the open, Privikova will be looking to peel this one off rather than the high one. The high guard won't really bother the Russians too much. And does get nice separation, but won't curl quite enough. So Sidrova will call the peel on the tight centre guard. And obviously if Privikova would pick off the top one, that would be a nice option. Well, probably should have let that one go a bit earlier to crash on the guard, but just going to do enough to remove it, or move it all the way to the side of the sheet. Just neutralizing that guard. 79% for Privikova. Just a couple of sloppy intern takes that has bumped her down on the numbers. Ichikawa, on the other hand, same as the others. Close with every shot, just maybe not in the perfect spot every time. That one though will find a nice spot, just a bit close to the centre line. It's not an easy shot though for Privikova to pick the close one here. Again, certainly tolerance is taking off the top one. There we go. Well adjusted by Privikova. First time she's not over curling on the intern.
Yeah, must have got right out to that one.
So we're down to skip stones now. Do you have to come around here and come into the house with this one?
Yeah, definitely. Or Russia will just come around you and gets top of the 4 before you can get in there.
6まで4フットかけたい。はい、つく。
Really needs to get the line here. Even top 12 wouldn't be an horrible option. That's a really nice draw. Just a shame that the guard's so long. Does look like Anna Sidorova is going to go after it. And rightfully so. Obviously, if you pick off the guard here, Japan's just going to place another one. That's even better and closer to the house. Don't really have to come to nose either. Just make sure you tap it out of the forefoot and try and lie shot, even if it's in the open. Just want to allow yourself to score here. Single for Russia will probably just kill off the game here in the 8th. And she's been quite solid so far, Sidorova.
Yeah, this one looking pretty good. Never really in any doubt.
And she'll actually come to nose here. That's just perfect.
Yeah, nice controlled weight.
I think Fujisawa will just have to try and come around that stone then. Well, this certainly tells the story. Sidorova just making everything. Fujisawa not quite. Has had a couple of difficult shots, but has missed a lot of the easy ones as well. Missed a couple of key shots this time. She's faced with a really difficult draw coming around the top bail, but it's just looking short, Kenny. It's going to pull up, and Russia is lying one. You might as well shake hands already here, but I think they're going to allow Sidorova to play the outturn draw, or maybe the in-turn draw.
Yeah, I think you just come at the in-turn draw, sit on top of your yellow, you'll score 2, and you'll be able to close the game out in 8 ends.
Отпряжать достаточно? Да, достаточно будет прижать. 8,85. 8,85? Да. 8, да, 83, да, все это.
I think the 1 is enough for Russia, but certainly it'd be nice to finish on a good note. She's made every shot so far, so why not make this one as well. Draw to the forefoot to score 2 here in the 8th. And get double digits. There will be 10 shots to 3 if she can make it. Fomina and Galkina on the sweep here. Looks to be in control. Maybe a tad heavy, but it will catch on. Sit there for 2, and Russia just were so solid here in this game against Japan. The Japanese team just really didn't stand a chance. Another great day for them, losing twice. Sweden earlier, and now Russia. Anna Sidorova and her team just marching towards the playoffs here. Is it possible to win the Europeans and the Worlds both in the same season? So if you stick around, so we should take a look at some of the highlights shortly. Maybe an interview with winning skip Anna Sidorova as well. First end between Russia and Japan. Anna Sidorova could play a no set for 2, but elects to go for the inside and maybe score 3 here. Will punch the yellow one onto the red, and it's a great start for the Russians. 3-0 after 1. In the 5th end, Fujisawa comes deep with a draw, leaves a potential tap back to score 3 again for Anna Sidorova. Looking good the whole way, just passes the top red and taps it back, scores 3 again, and it's 7-2. In the 8th, with a 5-point lead, just looking for the in-turn draw to kill off the game here. Already lying 1. A very sweeper-friendly draw from Skip Sidorova to score 2 and win the game 10 shots to 3 over Fujisawa and Japan. So these were the other games out there today. Still going on, all of them, 4 each between USA and China. Italy has a 2-point lead on Denmark, and it's all tied up at 3 each between Switzerland and Germany as well. Standing so far, Scotland and Sweden at the top, Russia closing in. Canada and United States looking for that last playoff spot, while Japan at 4 and 5 now, probably out of the playoff contention.
Anna, another great win. How do you feel?
Feel great after such a confident win, and that's when also very important for us, because tonight we're going to play against Sweden, really big name. So we're trying to take our confidence to get it and to perform well tonight.
Okay, you got off to a great start. Was that the plan going into the game?
Well, of course, the plan is to reach the medals, and the best goal is to win gold. I mean, like to take gold here at the World's Women, and sure, if we want to win the whole thing, then we need to take every game seriously, and we need to win every game.
You've got Sweden tonight. How are you going to prepare for that one?
Well, I don't think that any special preparation we need to take this game, like also as we did before, to take it seriously. We'll try to play as much as good as we can, and I think that the opponent will give us a chance, and we need to take it.
Thanks for talking with us, Anna, and well done.
So that was skipper Anna Sidorova, happy with her win over Japan. This is it for us for a little while. More games tonight though. This was the Titlis Glacier Mount World Women's Curling Championship 2013. Thank you for watching.
マイクテストをします。マイクチェックします。マイクチェックです。マイクチェックです。いかがでしょうか、いかがでしょうか。リガのインタビューエリアです。いかがでしょうか、いかがでしょうか。マイクテストです。いかがでしょうか、いかがでしょうか。よろしいでしょうか、いかがでしょうか、いかがでしょうか、いかがでしょうか。マイクテストです。マイクテストです。ではキャプテンの市川選手に伺います。お疲れ様でした。
お疲れ様でした。
まずこのロシア戦振り返ってもらえますか。
そうですね、点を取れるチャンスは何回かあって形はよくできてたんですけれど、ここっていう時に決められなかったのが敗因でした。
相手のロシアも本当にキーとなるところをしっかり決めてきたなという印象があったんですが、対戦してみてどうでした。
そうですね、やっぱり外してこないのは向こうの強みですね。こっちは、決めるべくポイントで決められなかったっていうのでちょっと弱みが出ました。
追いかける展開でどうしても、難しいショットを狙わなければいけないという状況もあったと思うんですが。
そうですかね、相手はどうしてもテイクで狙ってくるんで、チャンスは生まれてたんですけれど、作戦の選び方だったり、ショットが決まらなかったっていうので、やっぱそこで点が取れませんでした。
これで5敗目ということになって、今の状況で言いますとかなりそのプレーオフ進出が厳しい状況になりました。それと同時にそうなりますと、ソチオリンピック出場権がこの大会では難しくなったんですが、今の段階では、どういうふうに思ってらっしゃいますか。
やっぱり、強豪国に負けてしまったのは仕方ないっていう点はありますけれど、勝てる試合だったスイスだったりアメリカ戦っていうのはもうちょっと集中力があれば勝てたので、そこを落としたのがやっぱりもったいなかったですね。明日勝てばまだわからないですし、他のチームの結果によってはまだチャンスあるので諦めずに明日全力を尽くします。
カナダが明日まず初戦ですね。
はい、カナダ初めて戦うチームなんですけれど、どんな風に来るかわからないですが、もちろんトップチームなので、できることをやるだけです。
そしてその後には中国、アジアのライバル、リベンジをしたいという PCC のリベンジをしたいという話もありましたけども、その中国については。
前半はちょっと調子を落としたんですけれど、見てるとだんだん調子上がってきているので、簡単には絶対に勝てない試合にはなると思いますが、ちょっと今日の反省をしっかりして、明日はしっかりこっちがミスせずに決めたいと思います。
明日は笑顔で、
はい終われればいいと思います。
お疲れ様でした。
はい、お疲れ様でした。